3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Andre here, and welcome to another GameXplain discussion. We are here to talk about our first day at E3, go over the Nintendo Direct. We're going to focus on Nintendo in this, but go over the Nintendo Direct, and specifically Smash Brothers, because really all that was playable from a first-party perspective, and Pokémon, so we'll touch on that too. But yeah, I guess should we just start off real quick with, do we want to go over the Nintendo Direct again real quick? Because we talked about our impressions early in the morning, right after Direct happened, where we're all riding high. But now that we have some time to like ruminate and process all that happened, how are we feeling about Nintendo's presence at E3 so far, in terms of the Direct?
It's one of those things that the more you think about it and the more you realize what wasn't shown, it's like, oh, right, no Metroid Prime 4, no Yoshi, no Pikmin, no yada yada yada. There's so much that actually wasn't talked about. And granted, they wanted to talk about stuff that's coming out in 2018, which means a lot of this stuff just isn't ready yet, or they're just holding off for another time. They're focusing on what's coming out this year.
Okay, real quick, how are you feeling? So, well, wait, you were high this morning, so are you feeling...
Well, I'm talking non-Smash Brothers.
Non-Smash, right.
I mean, granted, I'm excited. I got my Xenoblade DLC, I got my new Fire Emblem, I got my... Damon X Machina. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, there's some good stuff in there, but it's like not what a lot of people were hoping to hear.
Yeah, and I mean, really, you have to talk about the Direct in terms of Smash and not Smash, right? So, I mean, this morning I said the Smash part was an S++, and I still feel that way. I haven't come down from Smash at all, but yeah, it was fantastic. But then, you take Smash out, and it's like maybe like a C-. There was so little besides Smash, and so if you're not a Smash fan, I can see why, a non-Smash Nintendo fan. Those exist, but either way, I can see why you did.
Some people apparently do exist. I saw some comments on it already.
I know.
From the first video. Tom, how you feeling?
Well, it's like with Smash being in December, and for me, it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to start liking some other Nintendo games, like Fire Emblem and stuff. So, yeah, but we do have Octo expansion.
Tomorrow.
So,
yeah,
that'll tide me over a bit during the summer for sure. But yeah, hearing Metroid, it's like, oh yeah.
It wasn't until after we recorded, I'm like, wait a second, where was Metroid? I mean, we didn't expect it we didn't expect it to come out this year.
We didn't expect it to be playable.
Right. So so it's weird because if you take out Smash, it was a pretty mediocre press conference or Direct overall. But you can't take out Smash. Smash was amazing. Yeah. And the way they presented the information, it's funny. Like, even in hindsight, they only had one newcomer, or two newcomers technically. She doesn't count. So they had one newcomer. Yet in the moment, like, it didn't feel like it. Like, it felt like they announced so much more. How they went through every character, which I loved, and like point out some of the differences. Even if Breath of the Wild Link is more close to the amount of change I was hoping for after playing the game.
Right.
But yeah, I thought, I still think overall it was really good, but if you take out Smash, it was weak. So it would be nice if there was more. But with that said, we know there's more Directs coming, there's more announcements. Overall, like, I just wanted a Smash that gave me Smash more than I expected from Smash, and hey, that's all I need. So let's get into Smash. We all played a ton of it, actually. Ash more so than almost anyone probably in the world at this point.
I know, I got really lucky.
We
today,
all
basically.
played it, right?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sorry, Jesus, my bad. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. But yeah,
it's going to happen tomorrow. I have an appointment.
That's right.
Right.
So Tom and I played at least half an hour, probably 40 minutes. You were playing it for a couple hours.
Yeah, I played probably just a combined like 20 matches or something.
Because you were at the actual Smash Invitational, and they had a VIP room once you found it.
Right, once I found it.
And you were able to play as much as you wanted and record as much as you wanted.
It was amazing. It was completely unfettered, unrestricted access to Smash Ultimate. And yeah, again, at the show, it was like, super strict filming limits. But at the Invitational, it's off screen. You're like, film whatever you want. And I'm like, well, it's a good thing we had one invite. It's a good thing one of us used it.
Right.
Because it was just completely, again, unfettered access. It was great.
That's awesome. So I guess we'll start off with you. Since you play the most, how do you, is it everything you hoped it would be so far, based on the playstyle?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's a hugely missed opportunity that we had to use Pro controllers. Like, they didn't have GameCube controllers set up, so it didn't... None of us have gotten the true feel for how this game plays.
Especially having grab on L.
They had grab on L, and I never threw because I don't... Who has grab on L? But no, it honestly, it feels great. It's a much more significant graphical upgrade than I expected. The new character models look really good.
The crazy thing is, so Smash Brothers Wii U already moved past Brawl. They went from a realistic, quasi-realistic art style to a cartoony art style. Then somehow went even more cartoony here, which I didn't even know was possible, and it looks great.
Yeah. And they sped up the gameplay, not to Melee levels, of course, but it's a really nice, it strikes a nice balance between, it's faster than Wii U, but obviously still significantly slower than Melee, but I really like the balance it strikes. It feels like a sped up Smash Wii U, and that means everything: character movement, drop speed, especially knockback speed. Knockbacks feel completely different now, don't they? They're instant.
They do.
Almost.
I agree. Yeah.
The way characters fly, it's almost instant.
Yeah, it's like really quick. Like it feels like they removed leg and never realized it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really, really interesting, just the way it feels different than it used to, but in a good way. And it's funny, like looking back on what I said before it was revealed, and not to really toot my own horn because I'm really not trying to, but I was saying I was predicting a Smash 4.75 type of experience, and that's kind of what it feels like.
Well, what it is, well, you know, a lot of people were wondering if this is a port or not, and it kind of is. It's a port of literally every Smash Bros.
The ultimate port, really.
So, like, it doesn't feel like a completely new Smash 5, but it also doesn't feel like a deluxe style port. It feels something like in between.
It's tough right now because they haven't actually shown that much entirely new content.
True.
I think that's what lends to that feeling.
True.
But all the returning content has been given a makeover. Like the past stages look great.
That's a ton of effort to go back and redo all those assets and go back from old games. It's doing everything probably over by scratch at this point. So just to do that is so impressive.
That's the thing that impressed me most, is because one of my predictions was whenever we got old matches, like if we got 3DS stages, they look kind of like the stages in Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition from the 3DS version. And this is so much more of a step up. Magic Ant looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And then just all the other stages we've seen, they look really good. But I was also really impressed by like Saffron City, where it definitely looked better. But the background Pokemon, the Butterfree, the Pidgey flying across, they still were 2D sprites going across. Exactly. It's like it really did keep the spirit of the original levels, which was great.
The spirit tracks of the original.
Speaking of that level, I played on it at the invitation.
So did I.
It's beautiful. It looks so good.
It looks great. They all look great.
They're great. And also go back to Saffron City. You said the 2D Pokemon sprites, but even more than that, the ones that come out of the building, they look just like they used to.
Do.
The pixelated, they look great. I love it.
Also, Mushroom Kingdom from LA, which has never come back before, I don't believe, looks fantastic again. Again, they're redoing the assets.
Yeah,
well, that's the roof of the castle, right?
Yeah.
Princess
Yeah,
Peach's
basically,
castle, yeah.
that it still has the same number of polygons up top, but the textures are so high def in the background. It looks great.
Jungle Japes looked really. Jungle Japes. The one.
They call it Jungle Falls now.
Jungle Falls. Okay.
They call it. Yeah, it changed the name. So Jungle Falls now.
That looks really good too. I mean, that's really the returning stages are what really got me going. And the 3DS stages, just because they look really good and even better than I was maybe expecting.
Yeah, no, same here. I think across the board, the game looks it looks a lot different than I expected, considering the fact that Switch is not that much more powerful than the Wii U ultimately, and they made it look so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it kind of is like how, some might debate this, but like Melee and Brawl were also on similar platforms, hardware-wise, and I thought Brawl looked like a big step up from Melee. So, but this I think is even more significant, at least. And when you add in like the new Breath of the Wild stage, looks gorgeous. You're on the tower, you've got the whole like world in the background. Love it. So.
Yeah, the new Moray Tower stage is fun too. And I'm
That-
actually surprised that they picked Moray
Yeah,
Towers.
we were actually talking about this. We didn't think about it, but they picked Moray Towers. They picked an actual stage and not Inkopolis Square or anything like that.
And one of the least popular or most divisive.
I mean, divisive.
Stages,
I liked it
popular.
in the Splatoon. I'm in Splatoon 2, but but I did get to see the Callie Marie assist trophy as well,
too.
which is really cool because it's just the camera focusing closer and closer to them, so it's easier to get knocked off and get KO'd that way.
It's like sudden death.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that's not the so
Right,
some
you
death
guys
mechanics
saw
are
that.
different now too, where the camera starts. I like it. It slowly
It's got
starts
a fiery
focusing
border,
in on.
yeah.
They got a fiery border, and the camera draws in ever closer, and
It's
it
a
gives
real-
you less maneuverability.
Smash Battle Royale.
I was gonna say that, oh man, no! I think it's a much better idea than the bombs before, where it was just completely
better.
random for the most part. Like this, actually, there was some skill. I mean, it's. I mean, there is skill. Actually.
It feels like sudden death Bomberman in a way because the way the walls close in on you from the edges, it feels kind of like that. And I'm a big fan of how they've changed sudden death.
Speaking of big things, we got to talk about Ridley.
Of course.
So now that we've actually played him, how do you feel about him?
I still got to get a handle on him.
Same
I played
here.
as him a couple times, and I don't see myself picking him up. He's not typically the kind of character I would normally play. He's very big, hulking. Obviously, he's Ridley. But I mean, he's got some cool specials. That side B where he drags you along the ground, like his move against Samus and Other M. That's so cool. Right. And then the down special, he's got that tail stab. and it's which seems really strong right now.
We got pizza tracker on.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Andre checking the pizza tracker. I'm keeping an eye on it. You don't have to worry
Nice,
about it.
nice.
You're good. We're ready for some food. But as far as Ridley, I love how they're just emphasizing the brutality of him.
The trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer.
Like just spearing Mario. Like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah, and
Mega Man and
Mega
Mario
Man,
just right through. It was a great
Like,
trailer.
Wow. And then just like the way you drag, the way he stabs him, the way he just does everything, it really does just emphasize how much more brutal he is than Ganondorf and Bowser. They seem like child's play next to him, which is great.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like, Ridley, you know, the whole joke obviously has been, or argument, I suppose, you know, Ridley's too big. But now we're seeing from people, like, Ridley's too small. He doesn't look big enough in this game.
I mean, he's still the tallest character.
Yeah, he
Like,
is.
he hunches, though. That's the
It's
thing.
his proportions, I think. It does make him look smaller, relatively, I suppose, than he is, objectively. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Or
he's
subjectively.
basically, this is an HD version of his model from the original Metroid on NES.
Pretty much, yeah, that's a good
Kind
point.
of does, yeah, seem like that.
And that's
yeah.
exactly what John said in Making the Case video.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do that. So it worked out.
When he does taunt, though, he does stand straight up, though, so he's taller. Like,
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Yeah, it makes him really menacing.
Yeah.
He squashes Daisy in the process.
I did get to play as Kirby. I played Kirby in a match against a Ridley, so I got to see, you know, Ridley Kirby, and he just has a cool little Ridley hat on. It's
Oh,
pretty
really?
cool. Yeah.
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Someone brought you were talking about taunts. You noticed something with the taunts now.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's just Ice Climbers. I haven't tried this out yet, but I noticed when I was checking Ice Climbers taunts just to see if they were different or whatever, that I was able to dodge out of a taunt, which seems like it would make taunts much less punishable, or maybe defeat the point entirely.
Not entirely, but it does make it so like it's easier to abuse and be annoying.
Yeah.
Because before you had to time it right, but now if what you're saying is accurate, we can just dodge out of them.
Yeah, and I mean, I
Kind of-
definitely did as Ice Climbers. Now, of course, it's an E3 demo, and I mean,
Right.
Sakurai even said today he noticed a few bugs
That's
and
true.
things, so that I could see that being like a minor thing that gets fixed or
Maybe.
patched out or whatever.
I mean, it's also kind of impressive. Like, it's like, how dare you taunt me? You go to punch them, and they still like dodge you and like make you look even more the fool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say that's part of the taunt, though, to say like,
Yeah.
look what I can
That's
do.
the thing.
Like,
Exactly.
Like, it kind of
It's-
defeats the point of
Look
it.
at how bad you are.
I just
Exactly.
imagine like taunting, like you dodge it, put them on the ground, and like and then just taunt again, like nerd.
yeah.
Okay, so we talked about Ridley. What do we think about the Inkling? Playing as the Inkling for the first time.
Love Inkling.
Is it your new favorite character?
Well, no. I mean, Mega Man's still in the
Second
game,
favorite.
obviously, but I mean, I'm definitely picking Inkling up. She's so much fun to use, and she's speedy. I say she because I play Inkling Girl
Right,
by
so do I,
default.
yeah.
But yeah, she's speedy. I love all of the way all of the different Splatoon weapons are represented. The side B, the roller, is really good right now.
It's fun.
It feels really
I love
good.
it. No, it's
yeah.
great.
And it's just a lot of fun.
I'm happy with how accurate I got with my Inkling predictions.
You were happy with that? I was happy with the grab being, or not the grab, the shield.
What is the recovery for the Inkling? Uppy.
It's the
super jump.
The super jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super jump. Which
Yeah.
is
You
exactly-
nailed that.
Yeah, we were pretty good.
Crap.
I do love that when you land the forward smash, it feels so good because it's the paintbrush,
Right.
and you just nail it, and it feels really good.
Such a unique idea too, having the damage increase as you add more, you paint a character more and more. I was a little bit surprised that the paint isn't used, or the ink isn't used at all for like for transportation or for getting around.
Yeah, we
Right.
were wondering how that. I mean, it was probably the most complicated aspect.
It
of
was, I'm
us
sure it must
turning
have, I would love to see how many things they play tested. There must have been so many things they tested out to make an Inkling work.
Yeah.
So they went with a simpler model, I think.
Yeah.
But they came up.
makes sense.
It makes sense, and they came up with some pretty good ideas. I feel like the damage. being-
Yeah, I did not. I never would have thought of the damage
Right.
thing. And actually, going off damage, I like the idea of they change the percentages, whether it's more than two people or just 1-on-1. That's really cool.
Oh wait, I didn't even notice this. So what
Yeah.
was?
Any move you do in 1-on-1 will do slightly more damage than if you're in like a 4-player match.
That's cool. That's a
Yeah.
really good idea. Well, and speaking of damage, oh sorry, Tom, were you gonna say something?
No, you can keep going, Derek, on that one.
Well,
I'm done. I was just
Yeah.
well, they added the decimal point now
Right,
to
I was
the
going to say
damage,
that, which I think is really cool.
You know what's funny is I don't know how much it matters, but I kind of like the look of it. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I like the
is.
look of it, but I think it's something that's going to matter a lot to the pro.
Probably, but those increments will add up.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
right.
Yeah.
Back to Inkling, though, they're saying you can't refill the paint unless you run out, I believe. So that was
I
a bit weird.
thought you could.
Can you?
I'm not sure. I haven't played, so you guys. Will
Yeah,
know
I'm not
better.
sure.
I'd be surprised. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
We didn't test it,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else about Inkling before we?
I just one thing I do like how they represented the fact that her Inkling's alts all have different skin tones, which I think is really cool. We don't always see that with alts in Smash, and I thought
Yeah.
that was carried over is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of like what we expect. Like they would represent the array of customization.
No, it totally makes sense.
I mean, as you guys were saying, the look of it, I was talking about this earlier. I love the redesigns on so many of these characters. They look so good. Zelda is my favorite. Zelda is my favorite. Like, I was totally expecting Breath of the Wild Zelda. I am so much happier with Link Between Worlds Zelda.
Yeah.
Plus, we get Hilda in there as, like, for colors and whatnot, and Ganondorf looks great with his Ocarina of Time look.
Love it, yeah, absolutely. That classic, iconic look that everyone recognizes.
It's amazing how many generations of Zelda are represented between all the characters.
I do want to mention, we kind of touched on it in our earlier discussion. You brought Breath of the Wild, a potential Breath of the Wild Zelda. Well, with Breath of the Wild Link, I expected him for them to switch him up way more than they did. And playing with him, he just feels like Link in Smash, which is fine if you're a Link fan. Great. I was hoping they would switch it up a bit more. The remote bombs are cool. I like that. And they did switch up. They changed. They changed his presentation to reflect what you would do in Breath of the Wild. Sure. But I still think they should have gone a little bit farther. Like losing the hook shot for a generic grab now.
I don't understand. I mean, they already kind of played fast and loose with the incarnation of Link that's always been in Smash. Right. It's always been kind of an amalgamation of different Links, and so I don't see why they just couldn't just kind of cheat again and just give Champion Link a hook shot. I mean, that's just that felt like
Magnesis or something.
Or give him what that Magnesis was in my video. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or give him what are those shrines called? The people the Sheikah. Give them what a Sheikah inspired version of the hookshot would look like.
Right.
They did for Twilight Princess. Link updated some of the things there. I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And the same goes for Mario too. Like I know you were expecting like a Cappy.
He's there.
He's there. He's just kind of hanging around.
So
Mario feels like Mario still. Right.
Yeah, so the veterans really haven't changed as much as we thought they might have based on the reveal trailer.
The reveal trailer definitely made it seem like they're like, oh man, they are really changing some things. And granted, I think we may need to play a little bit more to fully understand all the changes. We need to play every character either as well. Yeah.
Right.
But I do still I still think that was an awesome part of the trailer where they just went through through the entire cast.
Good portion of it.
Good portion of it. Like pointing out some of the changes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool.
I mean, and some are major, some are minor. Like the fact that Ryu is always facing his opponent, especially in one-on-one.
Yeah, matching the mirrored sprites of.
Yeah. Exactly. It just like little touches like that. That's really cool, and they have 30 characters playable here. That's really impressive.
For a demo, that's crazy.
For a demo, that's insane. I mean. Again, we're pushing the upper limits now. Like I was saying this morning, they might as well just call it like Super Smash Brothers Mugen now, because like we're getting so many characters into this. I mean, we're at 65, and that's actually something that's curious. So we're at 65 characters so far, but the website you can go check it right now, and it says 66 characters. So that and that's not the kind of thing Sakurai would like make a mistake about, or so I feel like there may be a reveal coming. I don't know.
We do have 2 days of Treehouses left, and like they got all their big stuff out of the way. How do you keep up hype? Announce new things and announce a new character.
Yeah, usually probably some day 2 reveal, and I'm hoping they do the tag team mode later on, but I don't think that'll be revealed at E3. So.
Right. No, I don't think they're not going to reveal anything like other than maybe one more newcomer. I don't think they're going to reveal any new gameplay mechanics or modes or anything. That's going to come, in some sort of summer direct or late
something
summer
like
direct.
That. Yeah, I'm very curious whether they're going to use the website to just gradually update it every day, or do a direct. You just wait for directs to do one big thing.
I think they're going to be doing regular updates, because if you go to the music page, it even says check back regularly for new songs. So like I think they're.
I can't wait.
And like the stages section isn't even open yet, so I think we might be seeing the return of some sort of weeklies.
That's another thing we got to mention is we put John to work on looking through the stages, and he found
75 stages now. We count the ones on the website as well, plus the ones in the trailer. Holy crap!
That's insane.
I mean, at that point, we kind of have to respect every stage. Every stage.
I mean, it's all Smash Brothers.
Exactly. We're getting every character. Why not every stage? People were talking about how Scizor is back after being cut. Like, it might be just all the Pokemon are back as well.
Right.
So, it really just is. What did we do before? Put it in. Do it. Along with a few new things.
One thing I noticed, I was actually with Roger. I was playing with Roger, and we noticed that the Shadow Assist trophy seems to have been replaced by Knuckles, which makes us wonder if Shadow might be introduced as an Echo Fighter for Sonic.
Oh my God, that would be.
Yeah, I wonder if they would do that. Yeah.
Real quick, to break the fourth wall a bit, do we want to bring your phone over here so we don't miss? It should be charged up.
Sure, it should be charged up.
We don't want to miss a pizza. You have to call us when we know it's yours. So.
Yeah, all right.
All right, don't take any chances here.
Oh, wait, I have... Oh, okay, never mind.
All right.
I want to make sure it wasn't the pizza. All right.
We need to eat. We literally had like one thing all day.
Yeah,
so.
I had like a churro. Well, okay, we're talking about stages. Yeah, so I mean, this really seems to be like the name does not lie. This is the ultimate version of Smash Brothers. Like, it's a Smash Brothers All Stars, essentially, taking all the content anyone's played ever in the series, seemingly throwing it all into one game. But as a possible consequence, Sakurai did warn that there may not be, or there won't be, as many newcomers as there have been in the past.
Which I'm kind of okay with. I mean, it kind of sucks in a way if you're hoping for some newcomer to really make it in, but the two we've had, they're really good choices, and they're like everybody expected Inklings next. Right. It was going to happen. Yeah. Ridley begging for who the third fighter might be. It might be a new third-party character. We might still get Simon. Who knows if there's another character, or we could get an ARMS character. Like, there's still so many possibilities. Dixie, K. Rool. Take your pick.
Exactly.
All the Daisy fans out there are just crying right now because you're talking to the third character. Well, Daisy was revealed today. It's an Echo fighter.
It's an Echo.
Yeah, I know.
I love that, though.
Yeah.
Just because Echo is such an appropriate name for someone that only says, "Hi, I'm Daisy."
Yes. Yeah.
So funny.
I mean, I like the design. She has a good model.
Yeah, she does.
Do you have any final thoughts, Derek? Because I think we'll swap you out for Dawn soon.
Yeah, especially because I think Dawn actually played it, so I didn't get to play much. But watching everything on the streams and whatnot, it looks fun. I want to play it. I'm dying to actually try it out.
And hopefully you'll be able to talk about that tomorrow then. See if it lives up to all the hype we're giving it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So let's get you guys in there playing, because I didn't really get to play much, so you guys are good.
Did you give them the key, by the way, for to get the pizza to bring it back up?
The key, I did. Oh, I think it's over there.
Okay,
cool. It's next on my wall.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Don, get in here.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is totally unprecedented for GameXplain.
Yeah.
Hey, Don. How are you doing?
Good.
So let's get your quick impressions of Smash. Link in
Yeah,
the
I really
please.
did.
Get cozy. There we go.
All right.
So Don, I know you're a big Smash guy sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
Casually.
Well, there's not Fire Emblem and now right alongside it.
Hey.
What did you think of your playtime so far?
I really enjoyed it. I think Inkling is the best character. But I already was a big Splatoon fan. That's no surprise there.
They did a great job. Like, Splatoon is such a fun, energetic game. They did a great job capturing that essence, that feeling, that energy into a character.
100%.
I just love doing the side B with the roller and just stamping them over and just do the more splatting with the just regular B.
I think the roller might be the only move I want to use now. Is when I roll
Roller's
around.
really good.
And how the characters get stuck in it. And you just want to smash them.
I didn't find much uses for the ink bombs though.
You know,
those are a little more situational.
But right. Yeah. But the few times I got it to work, they worked really well actually. So actually that reminds me real quick. The remote bombs are actually a little bit tricky to get used to it for Link.
Yeah.
Because now there's more steps involved.
Right. No, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it adds a bit of more of a strategic layer, kind of like Snake has, who's now also back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was playing Snake a bit, so with Inkling when I was using those paint bombs, like, well, this is just pretty much the same, so I was used to it.
Right, exactly.
And Snake has not changed all that much. I'm still really bad with him. I was never good with Snake, but I think that's proof he hasn't changed much. I still can't play him for anything. But it's great to see him back. I think they confirmed that David Hayter is playing him.
That's awesome.
In Smash Ultimate, which is cool.
So is he actually re-recording new lines? And it's not just
that's what I understand.
Okay, sweet.
Right.
Which is really cool. I mean, especially after all the publicly sad he was not to come back as Snake for MGS5. It's great to see him be able to have that one last kind of hurrah.
And his stage 2 also comes
Shadow
back.
Moses Island's back, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, the whole way they presented Smash, I thought, like, I loved it. Like the way they went through it step by step. Again, ultimately not that much new that we've seen so far. I'm sure there's more, obviously, but the way they presented the existing things we've all played before, like, I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. Do you want to go and take it? All right. We're answering a pizza bowl.
All right. Hello.
Let's see if we can
all
keep
right,
talking.
we will be right down to get it. Thank you. Bye.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
All right.
Pizza interruption.
Hey, all right.
That was the pizza guy. What?
We already paid, right?
We paid.
Okay.
All right. He's got the key.
I hope so.
All right, hope so.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. All right, we're winging this.
Yeah.
We didn't order wings though, which wasn't appropriate. But.
Right. So, you were saying that there's not that much new revealed, and that's true. But I think what makes so much more of it feel new is
they made it feel new.
Yeah, well, especially like going back to the stages. Like, I can't overstate just how how much. I can't overstate just how great not only the Melee returning levels look, but also the Smash 3DS levels.
Fantastic.
Like, of all the speculation and all the the daydreaming we have all personally done about how cool Smash 3DS stage would look in Wii U, It's that and more. They
Yeah.
deliver so much on that front. And like Prism Tower looked really good. What we see in Magic
Tortimer
looks
Island looks
amazing.
really fun.
Tortimer Island looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like the 3DS stages all feel kind of new.
No, well, especially because I barely played the 3DS
Yeah,
one.
and I think a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it all on the go, so I could definitely notice the difference. Yes.
Yeah, it's
It
awesome.
looks really good.
Yeah, it really does, and other little things too, like the fact that there's now a pre-match versus screen that doesn't really add much, but it's just that it's cool looking, it's dramatic, the character poses,
The eyes light up.
the eyes light up. That's
Once
really
you've
cool.
selected
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's a fantastic point. They really, it's like stepped up the presentation of this game beyond
Yeah.
any other Smash so far. Like, I never expected they could actually step up to this degree, and
Yeah.
they have. Like, I never had, like, if you ask me my complaints about Smash Brothers, it would never be a lacking presentation.
Right.
But now if you go back to the old ones, I feel like it would feel like it's lacking by comparison.
Yeah, well, it's like the character
Yeah.
select screen is interesting because it's clearly, like, aesthetically mostly based on Smash 4, but
Right.
even that's been punched up a little
Yeah.
bit and it just looks a little better. And I mean, looking at the 30 character screen we have in the demo, I just can't even imagine what the final character select
God,
screen's
it's
going to look
ridiculous.
like in this game.
I can't wait for until Super Smash Brothers Ultimate 5, where like every character slot's like a pixel.
Right.
That's all they have room for.
4K by then, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to upgrade just to see what character you're choosing.
Yeah.
We should probably move on from Smash soon, both because of Pizza's here and we gotta talk about Pokemon still.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask if you noticed any other like intricacies with the gameplay, because like one thing I might have noticed, and I don't want to, I haven't played that much yet, so I don't know for sure. It felt like with Smash 4, like there were some major magnetic hands with some of the characters. They would just latch onto a ledge, like if they're quite
Okay.
some pretty
Yeah,
far away.
sure,
yeah.
Here, I think they might have dialed that back. I think.
Possibly.
They definitely have. And
Yeah.
I played
Yeah.
a couple rounds during that second meeting I had, and it definitely felt that it felt more natural and more dependent on the text you're using.
Right. Yeah, I thought the same, but
And one of the things I missed during the direct as I was busy tagging videos and stuff is
Right.
apparently you can't just dodge willy-nilly anymore. Apparently the more you dodge,
Yeah.
the more vulnerable
That's
you become.
awesome.
Which I love.
I love that. I mean,
Yes.
I don't think it's all. I don't think we noticed that while playing. I barely shield that thing while playing. Even
Right.
I'm not used to it as a controller, but that is an awesome change.
I believe
Yeah.
they said 6 times or something. It's no good. In
Oh,
the
Right.
trailer when I saw it.
yeah.
So that's really cool.
I tried it and I was immediately punished for my trouble. So
Yeah. And for those still wondering, I think we all played the returning characters like Snake, Ice Climbers, and they pretty much feel like they always have. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, for the
don't
most-
expect Ice Climbers to be like
I
completely
also,
new.
I
They're
also
Ice
went back
Climbers.
to my Smash 4 mains, which are Pit and Corrin, and they felt exactly the same as well.
Although what might be funny is I am almost wondering if it's almost like a Switch Pro Controller type situation, where when I first held the Switch Pro Controller, I'm like, it feels just like the Wii U one. Then went back to the Wii U one, I'm like, this is garbage. So I wonder if if we go back to the old version of the character, maybe it's a bigger difference than what we're remembering.
Possibly. That's
Sure.
that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, it didn't
But-
feel that.
No, it doesn't. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like these are still true to the characters you already know and love.
Right.
Right.
And like even like having characters like Pichu back is kind of crazy to me. And
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And I'm
It's cool.
happy to report that Mega Man's air shooter still KOs off the top of the screen like a jerk. It's that just kind of gently pushes you off the top of the
Nice.
screen. Still love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts about Smash Brothers before we move on?
December 7th needs to be here right now.
Well,
I'm so
yeah.
excited for
Too
this
bad it's
game.
freaking December. Almost as far away as it could possibly be.
Yeah.
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 Oh, there is one curious thing. In Japan, the game's called Super Smash Brothers Special.
Oh.
That's weird.
So that was kind of interesting.
I mean, maybe it does have a similar connotation there. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. It's a different connotation from Ultimate. So.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
That is weird. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on. There's a lot of other games we could talk about. I think for day one, we're going to focus on, obviously, Smash Brothers already, and then I think just Pokemon. We'll touch on the other games probably tomorrow and day two. But yeah, I think, who all here got a chance to play Pokemon?
I played through the
Pikachu?
entire demo that I had. Yeah.
Nice, awesome. So
Yeah,
you
we
played a little
got
bit.
quite a bit.
Perfect. All right, great. So yeah, let's just talk about this real quick. Obviously, I'm not the biggest Pokemon guy. I loved Red and Blue, but I kind of fell off the bandwagon. I know, Don, you're a pretty big Pokemon fan,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
So what did you think of going hands-on with the game for the first time?
I initially, when I saw the trailer, I was really excited for it, but at the same time, I was super reserved.
Yeah.
Especially with the Pokemon Capture Go mechanic. This is pizzas right there.
I know, it's so sad. We're going to talk 3 times faster now.
Yeah.
It's like,
The Go Capture mechanic was something I was not very fond of, and I was also not very good at Pokemon Go doing it the exact same way. I was
Right.
like, I'm not looking forward to this. But then actually with going hands-on with it, it actually makes a difference from when you throw it, if you do it with a delay, you have to keep the delay in mind. And also, when you capture a Pokemon, it gives you experience to all the Pokemon that are in your party. which is very significant because I thought it would only be from trainer battles.
Interesting. So it's almost like a forced experience share.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And those experience depends on how you throw it. Nice if it's excellent or great. Also, if it's a big or a tiny Pokemon. If it's a big Pokemon, you get an X2.
Oh, okay.
So it really depends on a bunch of factors, which I really didn't expect.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, like, it feels like a Pokemon game. I mean, granted, to someone who hasn't really kept up the series that religiously or that consistently, but I have dabbled them in them in and out. It felt like Pokemon to me, with some cool tweaks. The biggest change, of course, is the capturing thing, where it is like it is like Go. I didn't mind it. You know, I wasn't a big Go fan, but I thought it worked here, and I have. As stupid as it's gonna sound, we were using the Pokeballs to play.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize though the Pokeball button is actually a control stick. So you move around with that, you just click it into.
I'm not sure if I like that. Just pressing and holding in the stick to press a button.
Oh really? I didn't mind it too much. I didn't mind it at all. But you didn't care for it.
Nah, I didn't really like it. I would have preferred to use the button on top.
Oh okay, yeah.
The thing is too about how small it is, being like this big, so probably a kid can't chuck it if they're not using wristband and knock over a TV or hit it. So
You know, and as stupid as it is, like I kind of like throwing the Pokeball, actually catch the Pokemon,
Right,
and then you actually
sure.
hear them inside the Pokeball when you capture them,
and it lights up.
and it lights up. It turns red if they escape from the Pokeball.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but putting that aside. Otherwise, like the trainer battles felt like Pokemon, like straight up like Pokemon.
It seemed like that.
Interesting was enough that Pikachu had a double kick, which is a move he never had before from a main line.
Right. I did think I love how he does this little hop and it does like all this damage to the opponent. It's like whoa. All right.
I didn't play Pokemon Let's Go today, but I one thing I kept noticing as I walked by it and saw people playing it is that it really does look so much better than the leaks led us to believe. It doesn't
absolutely.
look
I
like
agree.
like a slightly up-res 3DS game. It looks like a nice console. Obviously, it's not pushing boundaries.
Sure.
Right.
But it looks really just elegant.
It does.
Looks nice.
It looks good. I mean, I
Also,
think
also very addicted to just finding big Pokemon because they have a little circle around, a red circle. So if they give more experience, that makes more sense to just go after them.
Oh yeah, right. Because Pokemon, there are actually like bigger versions of some Pokemon you'll come across. Which also, by the way, the rep was telling me the Pokemon are actually proportional to each other. So like they're sized correctly. So unlike in the original games where like it's just sprite based and the same size.
Yeah.
Here like a Weedle's super freaking tiny compared to like even a Charmander. You know.
Right.
Sure.
Which is cool. That
It's cool.
like,
Yeah. It feels a little bit like the anime in it.
Right.
And they brought also like the interaction stuff back from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where you can just talk to the Pokemon and see how he feels.
Nice.
That's cute.
Nice.
Speaking of what cute things, I love how your trainer throws Pikachu in the battle.
Yeah,
I love that.
just a thrust forward. It's like
It's super like a Pikachu boomerang.
right.
Yeah, I mean the thing is there wasn't too much to the demo. Like we just walked through the forest area.
Yeah, they also basically just gave you all the free starters, Pikachu and Eevee.
Right.
No.
And all the Pokemon that you captured went into your bag for some reason.
Because the boxes are in the bags now.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So which is kind of nice. You don't have to go to a PC now, swap in, or I don't know, probably change the newer Pokemon games, but you have to swap in and out.
That
Pokemon.
makes sense. Though. That seems like a
simpler-
sensible
quality
quality,
of
of
life
life.
thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a smartphone these days.
But and also just maybe for beginners it helps to prevent you from just wiping out, which is kind of a nice thing.
I think it's going to do a great job like bridging the gap from Pokemon Go into actual Pokemon games. Like, I think it's going to do a great job at that. Like for me, as you know, I'm a hardcore gamer and I like the original Pokemon, but I think I didn't feel like I was playing a super dumbed down version of Pokemon. With
yes.
It didn't seem like even just watching it. Like I didn't. It looked and just looked more like a legit normal mainline Pokemon game than I was expecting.
Yeah, I was way more expecting it to be dumbed down, but it really wasn't. Even the go capture mechanic had some really interesting stuff to it.
Yeah.
What's really funny too, because I feel like if that was the case, and clearly it is, Nintendo could have, or Pokemon Company could have just chosen to reveal this in so many different, better ways.
Okay, well, actually, here's a great point. So I think part of the reason I think their E3 showing would have been stronger had they showed this off at E3, like had they revealed it at E3 as opposed to a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the way they revealed it, they intentionally, or seemingly intentionally, made it seem like it was a dumbed down version. When it does, I mean, yes, to a degree, maybe it is, but not nearly to the significant degree that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, dumbed down. I don't think is the right word. Like it's a little bit simpler.
Simpler,
It's
yeah.
less
Streamlined.
technical.
Streamlined is probably the nice way to put it.
Streamlined would be the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One thing I did notice, though, even though random battles are gone, like if you're walking around in the grass, like you're not going to be randomly attacked, there are times where it may seem like it, because some Pokemon are so small. Like, I was running into them without even seeing
You
them.
ran into a Metapod.
Metapod,
yeah.
And also, too, like, some of the areas we were in, like, there were Pokemon everywhere. Like,
They
it
were
was hard
ganging up on me.
Whoa!
Pretty Forest was like the middle graph was just surrounded with Pokemon.
Like, each blade of grass is a Pokemon, Grassamon or something.
There were Pokemon that you only came across one or so tries, so rare Pokemon might still be there.
Yeah, Muse.
Did it seem like if you want to avoid battle that it's easy enough to? Is it, or do you feel like you?
It's not. I want to say it's easy to do. You can. It's easier to do, obviously. But I was trying to avoid battles, and I was still getting caught up in them.
So it's kind of like maybe like Chrono Trigger style, where you obviously see things on the enemies in the map. In this,
I mean,
case,
Earthbound to be a better.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay,
because
cool.
Earthbound you get kind of work your way around sometimes, but also
Right.
Yeah, and I think the enemies do like, or the Pokemon I should say, they do like swap in and out. Like they'll disappear and reappear, so you can kind of like probably work around it.
Okay.
Yeah. Any final thoughts about Pokemon?
Also, it's kind of weird that the Pokemon Go Plus comes with a Mew, and apparently you can import your Mew from Pokemon Go.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's a little bit odd. The whole Go integration, I guess we'll have to see how that ends up.
Yeah.
See how that
working,
goes.
But Tom, any other thoughts?
It's definitely one that'll probably catch me back into the series.
I admire the pun.
Yeah.
And I think it will too. Like, I actually want to play this. I mean, for one, again, I like the simpler mechanics, but also it's Pokemon on a console.
Yeah.
I love that. I've been wanting this for so long.
And co-op. I mean, there's couch co-op, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing I can see like playing with my wife. It'd be a lot of fun.
And you could throw Pokeballs this time. man.
Exactly. Like that is the kind of game I'd want to play with somebody.
Yeah.
I joked as a missed opportunity with Nintendo. They could have made us buy 6 Pokeballs and like Andres in a whole belt.
Hold on the Pokeballs. It makes so much money.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, guys?
One thing I'm just super. I mean, in direct in
general,
okay.
sure.
I'm just super excited that Hollow Knight, which just got a surprise release today in the eShop.
Yeah.
That was something like an indie game that we've been waiting for on Switch for a while, and we're like, when's it coming? And it kept getting delayed. It's on now. It's there you go, which I thought was pretty cool.
I'm pretty happy that Fire Emblem finally got announced.
Yes.
The battle system looks interesting, especially with more army-like elements. And I'm not sure what to think of the story. We'll likely see another trailer down the line.
Direct.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still, like I said this morning, I still feel stingy about it's coming in 2019.
Yeah, especially after them saying it'd be this year.
Yeah.
But hey, we get Smash, so
Right.
albeit
Sure,
at the very end of the year, but that's still
Yeah,
cool.
And
of
what
course.
is appearing to be a very good Smash, so...
Right.
Absolutely.
How do we, by the way, how
Yeah,
do we
yeah.
feel about Damon Ex Machina? Like, what do we even make of that?
I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, the entire time I was watching, I'm like, how is this going to be a Smash Brothers
That's what
trailer?
I was thinking too. Yeah.
At first, I thought it was like a Gundam game.
I thought it was like Virtual On. I'm like, are they doing a new Virtual On for Switch? This is so cool. Of course, it still looks interesting. I just don't
By
know
the way,
what
it seems that the art is done by the guy who does also stuff for Fire Emblem and for all other games.
Okay.
So he's part of that art direction.
Nice.
Very cool. All right, well, I think that about wraps it up here. So thank you for watching. We'll of course be back soon tomorrow with more coverage, tons of more coverage. We have Smash videos coming out of the butt now. Like they're all scheduled in the back end. They'll be up all tomorrow. We'll be back with more impressions. Day 2 probably be a little bit more comprehensive, or more comprehensive of other games than what we can do here. And yeah, just stay tuned. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Pizza time.
Oh yeah.